Abrams. Happy Father's Day.
And I'm Kristin Lagana. Welcome to Arundel County Week in Review. Also, happy Father's Day. In this episode, we will show you what the Water Access Commission is up to and highlight activities for World Elder Abuse Awareness Day. But first, making headlines this week. Dave, are you ready for some football?
Kristin, it's June.
I know, but I'm pretty over the Orioles lately, so.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We won't talk about
Yeah,
that.
we won't talk about that. Well, kids are always ready for some football, and this week more than 200 of them dashed around cones, practiced handoffs, and met some celebrities. It was part of the Play Like a Raven clinics held around the area to get children active and engaged in exercise. There were also 2 Raven stars on hand, linebackers Jarrett Johnson and Ladarius Thomas. We talked to Thomas, the 2-time Pro Bowler and Super Bowl champion, about the event.
Come out and motivate the kids, come out and play a little football. You have young kids on this field, you have the older kids on this side, so skill set kind of improves as you go from the older set, but really getting them engaged into the fundamentals of football, and then after that they get a chance to play a little flag football, something that all of them like to do, make it a little more fun. So the attention span is only so long. So we come out here and try to motivate them to come out here and show them how important it is to put in a lot of hard work with practice and to come out here and practice their skill set.
How fun was that, Dave?
It was fun.
I mean, if I knew Ladarius was there, I would have been running too.
I know. I got the business because Sarah got to go and Kristin didn't get to go. But you should have seen Sarah. She was so excited.
I bet she was. I'd be so excited
and
too.
And she knows a lot about the Ravens. Like I was gonna go and she wasn't planning to. She didn't know about it, and I was talking to her and she got excited, so she went. But it's so nerve-wracking to me to interview like a celebrity where you don't really know that much about them.
Right.
And,
yeah.
And I was like, I'm gonna say something really stupid.
So you sent Sarah in.
They were really cool, nice guys, very, very approachable, and the kids loved it.
Yeah.
Like the kids were loving it. And there was a good, breakdown of girls and boys. It wasn't all boys. There was some girl power going on.
Wonder Women.
Yeah, and I mean, it's really cool that the Ravens do that, and they go all around the area. I'm sure if you missed that one, you can probably find something else this summer that they're doing because they're all over the area.
Yep.
They do things for veterans, and they're very involved in the community. So it was cool. It was cool to see some stars, and they couldn't have been nicer. So.
Well, if you were going to play football, what position would you want to play?
Okay, so we're assuming that I have athletic gifts.
Yes.
Okay, so assuming I have athletic gifts, I was gonna say quarterback.
Okay.
But how cool would it be to be a defensive end and just destroy people?
Yeah.
Like Lawrence Taylor or
that would be
Reggie White.
Pretty awesing. And
these guys.
We could use you on the Ravens right now if you were a defensive end. So.
What about you?
I'm gonna go for owner.
Ooh, good one.
Money.
I guess that's okay.
That's a position.
Good one, Kristin.
I'll be the owner.
What if you had to play on the field?
If I had to play on the field, oh gosh,
10 seconds.
Kicker.
Kicker.
Yeah.
Kicker. Perfect.
Yeah.
I was not expecting to hear that one.
It comes down to
the kicker's got the best job.
Yeah,
really.
seriously. It comes down to those very anxious moments, and man, when you nail it, the crowd loves you.
And when you don't,
if I could be like Justin Tucker, whew.
Justin Tucker's like one of the best.
Amazing. So
there's
yeah.
all kinds of other kickers that aren't as happy as Justin Tucker.
I'd want to be a kicker and a good kicker.
I think he's the highest paid kicker too. He gets paid a lot of money.
On the money.
Well, if you're looking for a fun new way to get out on the water, we have exciting news for you. This week, County Executive Steve Shue announced a new Magothy River Water Trail kiosk at Spriggs Farm Park in Arnold. The park is located off Bayberry Drive and Shore Acres Road in Arnold, and you can launch your kayak and get an interactive living history of where to go on the Magothy.
We have incorporated videos in the trail. So everywhere you would see on the trail, you will see a V. There's a high definition, high altitude video that we have from our drone. And you could learn something about the river. There are 9 hidden gems that are not obvious, that when you go back and forth, you pass them all the time. And by putting them on the map, you get to see different areas.
So there you go. When are we getting out on the water? We keep saying this.
I want to try stand-up paddleboarding. I still have not, so can we do that?
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. Do you have good balance? Do you need good balance?
I don't know.
Like people do this and they
at first you do, and then you're set. So I think I could get it.
All right.
I can do a standing tree position in yoga.
Whoa. You want to show us right now?
Nope,
Oh,
definitely don't.
maybe later.
Maybe later.
Okay.
What about you? What would you want to try? Something you haven't done?
I'd like some stand-up. The thing I really like about this Magothy River water trail, shout out to Paul Spadero and
Shout out.
the Magothy River Association. They do great work. They're also very savvy with video. So as he explained there, it's an interactive, it's like you got a map at the kiosk, and then you can take paper maps out of the little box there.
Oh, cool.
But then you can also, on your phone, you can go to YouTube and you can watch like a little living history of each stop on the map.
Oh, neat. That's pretty cool.
And I think he said if you go to all the spots on the map in a kayak, it'll take you 4 days. So it's there's a lot of stuff to.
Oh my gosh.
There's a lot of little hidden coves and even some
So
little
split
lakes.
that trip up.
Yeah. Don't do it all at once.
Don't do it all at once.
You'll get cramps.
Yeah.
And plus it gets cold at night, even in the middle of the summer when you're out in the water. You don't want to do that.
Yeah, you don't want to do
There's
that.
wild animals.
Don't do that. There's Dave's.
There's mean fish that'll try and eat you.
Yeah, so.
I don't want to do that.
Well, this show has a little bit of everything, so we have something today for you zoning buffs.
There's
And
zoning buffs?
There's zoning buffs.
Who knew that?
I know.
Oh.
In his budget for next year, County Executive Schrum included $50,000 to speed up the General Development Plan. What's that, you ask, Dave?
What is that?
The plan is a document used to guide growth and development into the future in a responsible way. The money will be used for ramping up public input and planning in advance of starting the process of the General Development Plan. The plan was last updated in 2009, so it's almost time for the redo that generally happens every 10 years. What were you doing in 2009, Dave? Were you ramping up for a redo?
I was. In 2009, I was very excited about the General Development Plan, but that was right before I bought my house. So I bought my first house then. I
have no idea.
Probably had more hair, a lot of things. What about you?
Yeah,
You remember 2009?
no clue. I know that in 2008, at the end of 2008, I had just played the White House, so I was probably still relishing from that.
And by the way, we should mention that the budget was approved this week through the county council. You almost didn't notice because it was so tranquil, and there was no big fights and no,
Way to go, everyone.
Everybody was pretty happy this year, and that's good. And you
Two
know what
thumbs
that
up.
means?
What's that mean?
Crofton High School, let's go.
What up, Kragans?
Crofton High School Kraken. We want the Kraken.
Yeah,
as
it'll
the
probably be
mascot.
the Cardinals.
It won't be the Kraken.
It'll be
but
the
we
Cardinals.
think the Kraken is cool and scary.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to take a quick break, and when we return, we'll talk to Michelle Stallings and Katy Greeley from the Department of Aging and Disabilities about Elder Abuse Awareness Day. Take a look at our community calendar for events coming up around town, and we'll be right back.
We'd do anything for kids. Yet 1 in 6 children in the U.S. struggle with hunger. Help end childhood hunger near you. Learn how at feedingamerica.org.
Hi, and welcome back. Joining us in the studio this week, we're delighted to have Michelle and Katy from the Department of Aging and Disabilities. Ladies, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
And June 15th was Elder Abuse, help me out here. World Elder Abuse Awareness Day. And so we're definitely going to highlight that. But first, what we want to get into is what you guys do for the department.
We are a long-term care ombudsman, resident advocate, and we serve assisted living and nursing homes in our county.
And how long have you guys been with the department?
I've been with 10 years.
10 years.
I've been with Arundel County for 1.5 years, and Howard County for a year. I was
Okay.
in Howard County.
Welcome over to the other county.
The other side.
Yeah, the other side.
I won't say
And
better.
what you do
just
is
saying
very,
the other.
very important because, seniors and elderly patients really need somebody to speak up for them. So thank you for what you do.
And what exactly have you ladies been doing this month to raise this awareness?
We are actually going out to all of the senior centers in the county, and we're going to do a presentation to them in regards to what World Elder Abuse Day is and how they can help. So.
And tell us a little bit about what elder abuse means. Give us some sort of examples of what that is.
Elder abuse can come in many different forms. We see a lot of it. It starts in verbal abuse. We see evidence of physical abuse, sexual abuse, and there's also financial abuse and exploitation, which is actually more common than all
Really?
together. Correct.
Do you by any chance find yourself spending half your time dealing with the facilities and the other half dealing with family members? Because isn't that something where families have fights sometimes and
Absolutely.
it's difficult to
And
figure
actually,
out?
in our role, we wear many hats.
That we do.
We do educate the family, residents, staff. We try to do the best we can to get everybody working together that live in the nursing homes and the assisted livings. So, yeah, actually, we do a lot of that.
And how would someone report that abuse?
They can call the Department of Aging and Disabilities line, which is 410-222-4464, which I think you're going to show that at the end.
Yeah.
And ask for their local ombudsman,
Which would be you ladies.
which would be us.
Yeah.
And then we'll talk with you directly. What about, let's say I have a family member and the family's starting to discuss moving them to assisted living or a nursing home or something like that. What can the family do to be vigilant to make sure that they try to prevent something like that from happening before they make the decision?
It's very important first to start out by knowing about the facility that you're looking to send your loved one to. You need to visit the facility, also go online to medicare.gov, nursinghomecompare.gov, figure out what's been going on in that nursing home based off of the state survey. So it'll show trends and patterns if there's been issues or things that have gone on in that nursing home. That'll give you an idea of what you may be walking into. And it's also very important for family to be a presence there right off the bat. So it's an extra set of eyes and ears when you're in there. The facility knows you're an active part of their life, and that is a very strong layer of protection.
I'd agree with that.
And they literally have these reports posted at the facility, is that right?
And by law, they're required to have it somewhere where you can see it out front. And if they don't, you need to ask somebody at the front desk that you'd like to see a copy of their most recent survey.
That's a good law.
People shouldn't be afraid to speak up and ask for this.
Absolutely.
In fact, it's mostly expected. So.
Yep,
Absolutely.
it's a regulation.
Very good. Well, thank you, ladies, for sharing such important information with us, for all the hard work and important work that you're doing, especially right here in our county. We appreciate it. Please come back whenever the department has stuff going on. You want to come on the show and talk about it, any events coming up and anything like that. All right. Well, have a great summer.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for being here. We'll be right back with more Week in Review right after this. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back. The Public Water Access Commission is working very hard to increase the number of options you have to get out on your kayak, boat, or canoe. Nancy Schrum is in Arnold to talk about an important meeting coming up. Nancy?
Thanks, Kristin and Dave. Nancy Schrum with Mike Lofton, the chair of the Water Access Commission, Waterfront at Spriggs Farms in Arnold, Maryland. Mike, can you please tell us a little bit about the Water Access Commission and your goals?
I can. The Water Access Commission was formed in August of 2016 following an executive order by County Executive Shue to establish it. The purpose of the commission is to provide advice to the county government, to the county executive about ways to improve public access. I think increasingly people know just how difficult it is that although the county has over 500 miles of shoreline, actually getting to and in the water has been pretty difficult. So we've been meeting since last summer. We've submitted a series of recommendations. He's accepted all those recommendations. We have members from every councilmanic district, as well as most of the major user groups are on the commission, and it's a very exciting time for us.
And I understand the commission meets quarterly, and your next meeting will be?
The next meeting is June 21st, so that's coming right up. We meet at in the Heritage Complex, 2664 Riva Road, Chesapeake Room, second floor, 6 o'clock in the evening. This is going to be a very interesting one because, as the county executive has said, one of our big gaps in access is places for people to launch trailered boats. The county opened its first ramp at Fort Smallwood last summer, right after the opening of rockfish season, and it's in an advanced state of planning for a second ramp south on Parish Creek, Shadyside. But that's just the beginning. I mean, you look around at other jurisdictions that have a dozen ramps here and there. Dorchester County has 22 ramps. So we got some catching up to do. And the first thing, as has been the process here, is to get professional advice. So a consulting firm has looked at the major waterfront properties that the county already owns and done an engineering evaluation as to whether or not ramps could be constructed at those locations. So a representative from the firm will present this material to the commission, and the commission will take some time to examine it before we make any recommendations.
So on June 21st, just one more time, what time in the evening does the meeting take place, and where will that meeting be held? And it is an open meeting, correct? Open to the public?
Oh, absolutely. We're a public body, so we abide by all the procedures of the Maryland Open Meetings Act. The meeting will be at 6 p.m. June 21st. That's Wednesday at 2664 Riva Road. Second floor conference room. It's called the Chesapeake Room. And absolutely, the public is invited. It's going to be, I think, an informative session.
Right. Well, Mike, thank you very much. Thank you to you for chairing the commission and to all your members for all your hard work, because things are really moving along in a really positive way for our citizens to access the waterfront. So thank you very much.
We're proud to be part of it.
Dave and Kristin, back to you at the studio.
Thanks, Nancy. We really hope you'll come out for this meeting on June 21st. This is your chance to improve amenities for you and your neighbors.
Absolutely. Isn't it fun when we have like a theme on the show?
Yeah, water, water, water.
Yeah, water. Today was getting out on the water, and why not? This
It's
is the
hot.
best
It's been
place
hot.
in practically the United States because
Yeah.
there's so many cool
That's
options
bold,
to get out
Dave,
on the water.
but
It's
I'll
true.
agree. I'll
It's
agree with
true.
you.
I mean, maybe Pebble Beach is kind of nice. Huntington Beach is nice.
Yeah.
I was out in San Francisco last weekend.
How was that?
Ocean Beach is amazing. It was nice. We rode bikes through Golden Gate Park, which was very cool, and figured out how to mostly go downhill most of the way. It's one of those leaps of faith, right? You're riding down and you're just flying down the hill, and it took about probably 40 minutes to get from one end of the park to the other, and you're just thinking the whole time, oh my God, am I gonna have to pedal uphill going back?
Ugh.
So it was okay. It wasn't that bad.
Did you get some good food, some tacos?
Food is okay. It was the logistics of getting around the city didn't lend itself very well to hitting the marks with the food. So the food was good, but it wasn't like, oh my
What
God,
they're known for.
I went to so many amazing food places.
Yeah.
It was more about walking around the city and seeing, a couple sites, Coit Tower and Golden Gate Park, but nothing, no Alcatraz, no stuff like
Did
that.
you go to the best place ever in San Francisco?
What would that be?
Where they tape Full House? Duh.
Oh, where's that? Oh, that's probably the Painted Ladies. They call them the Painted Ladies.
Oh,
those
yeah,
roadhouses.
the roadhouses, yeah.
Yeah, no, I was gonna go there, but I did not have time. Next time.
Fail.
Next time. But I did go to the home where my parents rented when I was born, so that was kind of cool.
I didn't know that your parents
shout
lived
out
there.
to Noriega Street in San Francisco. So that was kind of fun.
Well, speaking of parents, thanks for the segue. We would like to thank a very big market out there for us, our fathers,
Yes,
right?
indeed.
All the fathers in Arundel County and other areas too. We want to say Happy Father's Day to you.
Absolutely. I
And-
yield the floor to you. Tell me about your father.
Oh, my dad's the greatest.
We should have a couch for you to lay on.
He is the coolest dad
yeah,
ever.
he's pretty cool.
I mean, my dad is covered in tattoos. He wears
Super
like
cool.
Harley Davidson and Jack Daniels t-shirts.
This is where you learn coolness.
Yeah, he is where I learn coolness from. So,
Well, my dad is also very cool.
Yeah.
Shout out Ed Abrams. Happy Father's Day.
happy Father's Day.
And my dad is living the life. He's retired down in Florida now. He watches every single Yankees game
Whoa.
from beginning to end. But it's good to be a Yankees fan right now,
Whoa.
right? I mean,
Yeah.
he is happy.
Yeah.
That kid is just hitting the laces off the ball every
Awesome.
single
Yep,
day.
yep.
So, yeah, my dad is cool as well. My dad does not have tattoos, but he has had motorcycles my entire life.
Oh, so mine too?
Yeah, so
Ride
he's had
bikes?
some very cool
Sip some bourbon?
motorcycles. No,
No?
my dad's
Okay,
not into
my
that.
dad doesn't.
Nope. He's a
Yeah.
very, very straight-laced guy, but
My dad and I would play rapping games where I
no,
got so
we
good
can't
at rhyming.
compete with you guys. You guys are too cool. We're kind of straightforward, us Abramses.
But your dad's cool too.
Absolutely.
But regardless of your dad, we know there's one thing in common they all have. They all love the grill. Whether it's they love cooking on the grill or they love the food off the grill. So
Yeah.
name something for me that either your dad loves or you know he'll be enjoying on Father's Day.
Okay, so I'm gonna go with my secret grill recipe, which is it's called mojo sauce.
Mojo sauce.
And it's spelled mojo.
Okay.
But it's pronounced mojo or something.
Mojo. Yeah.
It's like lemon and something, and it's amazing.
Awesome.
You get it in the Goya aisle, like the
Yeah.
the Spanish
Yep.
aisle, and it's magic. I mean, it makes your chicken just amazing. And just don't tell anybody that you just marinated in the mojo for 20 minutes and
Nice.
threw it on there.
Well, enjoy that mojo.
What does your dad make on the grill?
We're going to be having pork barbecue, and I'm making crab dip again for my dad.
Excellent.
Happy Father's Day.
Have you picked any crabs yet?
Yes.
You have?
I have.
Wow, you're ahead
Memorial
of me.
Day weekend.
Oh wait, no, I did too. I
Yep.
did too. My neighbors brought some over the other day. I almost forgot.
Shout out neighbors.
Shout out to the Foxes.
Woo.
They're awesome. Well, that wraps up this week's edition of Week in Review. You can watch this episode and archived episodes online anytime on Facebook or YouTube by simply searching for Arundel TV. Please tune in again next week for more highlights and news from around the county, and we'll see you next time.